The entire star realm froze. Magical beasts trembled and lay flat. Even experts couldn't approach within 1,000 zhang. Why? Because Xiao Yan's soul power had reached a level so terrifying that just its presence could rival a two-star Dou Sheng. But this wasn't the end. This was only the beginning. Welcome to Cultivation Hub. Today we witness Xiao Yan achieve the legendary heavenly rank soul, great perfection, a realm that hasn't been reached in over 1,000 years. Smash subscribe now. Every subscriber brings us to 1,000 subscribes. Let's go! The soul light sphere slowly fluctuated, emitting crisp sounds like water droplets bursting. Streams of extremely pure soul origin power continuously poured deep into Xiao Yan's soul. As more and more origin power was absorbed, invisible ripples spread outward with him as the center. These fluctuations caused the 1,000 zhang area around him to become deathly silent. All living beings within the mountains sensed a pressure coming from the depths of their souls. Under this pressure, even the fiercest magical beasts in the mountains trembled and lay flat on the ground, not daring to utter even a low growl. Xiao Yan's cultivation naturally caused great disturbances. Those expanding ripples looked invisible, yet carried an irresistible soul oppression. Very soon, the experts of the Falling Star Pavilion sensed this fluctuation and hurriedly rushed over. But the moment they stepped into the 1,000 zhang range where Xiao Yan was cultivating, they felt a violent dizziness, as if their bodies lost control and were falling. This shocked all the experts. They hurriedly retreated. Only after leaving that area did their condition gradually improve. Their gazes grew complicated as they looked toward the mist-shrouded mountain. The soul power of this guy is truly becoming more and more terrifying. In the sky, Yao Lao and the others appeared, their eyes solemnly fixed on the distant mountain. The intensity of that soul pressure was something even they could hardly withstand. At this moment, in both Dou Qi and soul power, Xiao Yan had already surpassed Yao Lao. Even in our little pill tower, no one has reached this level for over 1,000 years except the old ancestor. The great elder spoke with admiration in his eyes. His own soul realm had stagnated at the late heavenly rank for 100 years, yet he could still not reach great perfection. This shows just how difficult soul cultivation truly was. Yao Lao smiled, unable to hide the joy in his eyes. Xiao Yan being able to reach this point had surpassed even his own expectations. I wonder how long Xiao Yan needs for cultivation this time. Judging by the timing, the purifying demonic lotus flame is about to descend. As far as I know, the Hall of Souls has already begun moving in secret, clearly targeting it. Honorable Feng spoke from behind Yao Lao. Don't worry, he will awaken on time. For now, just patiently wait for his breakthrough. At the same time, orders were issued. No one was allowed to approach within 1,000 zhang radius of Xiao Yan's cultivation area. Time passed day by day during Xiao Yan's cultivation. A month later, almost the entire star realm was affected, so except for a few individuals, most people were forced to abandon flying and could only move on foot. Even Yao Lao and the others seemed helpless, as they could only barely resist this soul oppression. Naturally, they had no strength left to assist others. However, for the disciples of the Falling Star Pavilion, this became a special kind of training. With the quiet approval of the upper echelon, the disciples endured more than a month of torment from the soul oppression. Although many initially felt it almost unbearable, after gradually adapting, they were astonished and delighted to find that their soul power had grown. For those who were not alchemists, opportunities to strengthen soul power were extremely rare. Therefore, this unexpected improvement naturally brought joy to everyone. After tasting the benefits, the disciples no longer complained. Some exceptionally gifted disciples even regarded this as a rare opportunity for tempering. They no longer fled from the star realm, but instead actively advanced toward the mountain where Xiao Yan was cultivating. In this process of voluntarily seeking challenges, their soul power advanced at an astonishing pace. And after the first group tasted the benefits, more and more disciples caught on. The entire star realm boiled with excitement again. Thousands of disciples of the Falling Star Pavilion stepped on the journey toward Xiao Yan's cultivation site. Though each step was extremely difficult, their efforts significantly accelerated their cultivation speed. Later on, even some elders of the Falling Star Pavilion joined in this special training. Regarding this sudden transformation of the star realm, even Yao Lao and the others were surprised, feeling both helpless and amused. They had not expected Xiao Yan's cultivation this time to cause such a massive commotion.
This strange phenomenon continued in the star realm for more than 50 days, eventually ending as the soul pressure gradually weakened. Xiao Yan was about to awaken. They all understood. This round of cultivation was nearing its end. After 2 more days passed under the watch of Yao Lao and the others, on the mountaintop, Xiao Yan sat cross-legged. Before him was a figure wrapped in a strange crystal-like glow. The face of this figure was identical to Xiao Yan. In front of this crystal-like figure, the soul origin that was once half a zong in size now shrank to the size of half a human head. The refined power of the soul origin drifted out slowly. The crystal figure sat motionless like a sculpture for a long time. After a long while, its tightly sealed lips suddenly opened slightly. A violent suction force erupted. The soul light sphere the size of half a human head was instantly pulled out. In an instant, it turned into a streak of light and entered the crystal Xiao Yan's mouth. Immediately afterward, his body trembled violently. A dazzling radiance burst forth from within. An invisible fluctuation capable of rivaling heaven and earth swept out like a storm, covering the entire sky. At this moment, dark clouds filled the heavens, lightning slithered like silver serpents, thunder roared throughout the sky. This soul fluctuation is far too terrifying. On the main pavilion of the Lolling Star Pavilion, Yao Lao and the others stared solemnly at the phenomenon caused by the vast soul fluctuation, their eyes filled with shock. The heavenly rank soul, great perfection, had reached such a level. Xiao Yan now, just with his soul power alone, could contend against a Two-Star Dou Sheng. Once the soul reaches the heavenly rank great perfection, it becomes almost no different from a physical entity. During battle, it can split and fight cooperatively. Such coordination and power are unmatched. Everyone knew, although the heavenly rank great perfection still belongs to the heavenly rank, the difference from the late heavenly rank was like heaven and earth. In a certain sense, when your soul power reaches the heavenly rank great perfection, it is like obtaining an exceptionally synchronized battle partner. The strength of this partner depends entirely on your personal power. The invisible soul spread like gentle waves under the dark clouded sky. The emotional fluctuations of the entire star realm were reflected in Xiao Yan's mind. At this moment, he could sense even the slightest emotional shift of any individual within the star realm. Even just through these emotional ripples, he could perceive the thoughts within many people's hearts. This was a different type of control, a terrifying ability to see through the hearts of others. Under the heavenly rank soul great perfection, Xiao Yan had finally achieved it. Heavenly rank soul great perfection, a level not reached in over 1,000 years. Xiao Yan now possesses soul power capable of rivaling a Two-Star Dou Sheng. But this isn't just about raw power. He can now read emotions, split his soul into a perfect battle partner, and see through the hearts of others. This is power beyond comprehension. And the best part, his training accidentally created the ultimate training ground for thousands of disciples. The entire star realm was transformed. But now, the purifying demonic flame is about to appear. What happens when Xiao Yan's perfected soul meets the legendary heavenly flame? Find out next. Destroy that like, subscribe to Cultivation Hub, comment, would you train under soul pressure for power gains? Remember, true strength comes from perfect mastery.